Adam Andolina, I'm the Chief Procurement Officer at Acrisure, and we operate in 22 countries across the globe. So Levelpath is actually Acrisure's first system. I was hired about a year ago to build procurement from scratch with essentially no technology or data infrastructure. And I'm looking to scale up a team that can support the entire 20,000 person organization across all continents and all categories of spend. So I needed a tool that could really help me scale up quickly and also deploy fast. So Acrisure has been on a path of essentially being hundreds of individual companies to being one integrated enterprise. So prior to the last 18 months, we've let everyone kind of do their own thing. And as we integrate as a company, one of the big challenges was sort of essentially harnessing the power of our collective enterprise spending and also making sure that we had a good handle around all the suppliers we were using from a risk and efficiency perspective. So I'm here to actually put all of this together for them. So we chose Levelpath because we're trying to stand up a procurement organization and deploy it across an entire 20,000 person enterprise that's never engaged with procurement. We need it to be a great user experience. We need the tools to be effective. We need them to be able to participate in the process and also have visibility into what we're working on. And Levelpath does all of that extremely well. The other thing is that our Levelpath's AI native capabilities make it easier for us to scale up as a team. We're still small but mighty. We're growing quickly, but it allows us to run more market events, perform more due diligence, support more businesses. So Levelpath created some immediate efficiencies for us. One of the things that we were able to do was deploy the RFP tool in one day, like literally 24 hours, which I didn't think was possible till we did it. Since then, we've scaled up to running dozens of market events all at once. And I think the AI capabilities of the tool make it easier for us to analyze bid, compare across organizations. And also we are able, the simplicity of the tool allows us to have more junior level team members run their own market events and partner with the business. Yeah, so there's a few key critical factors for us in selecting a technology. One of the ones that was most important to me and our business partners was usability and simplicity. So they wanted a tool that wasn't overpowering, that we didn't have to deploy a large training effort around, that they could sort of pick up and use quickly. So Levelpath created immediate value for our team by allowing us to run a significant amount of sourcing events and some very large RFPs, which have yielded hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in cost reductions. And that is, working for the CFO and being part of the finance organization, that is a key metric for them. Longer term, just the ability to track our contracts, have our arms around our suppliers, or reducing the long-term risk of the business, which is also critical. As a Chief Procurement Officer, Levelpath has helped me by, one, making it just easier to bring on talent and get them up to speed very quickly. We don't have to spend the time and resources to deploy tech and train them that we used to, which just allows me to get to productivity significantly faster. Also, it's just a view into it that's easier for me to navigate. We don't have to extract data into other systems and create additional dashboards. I can sort of live in Levelpath and understand what's going on within my business. Yeah, so our vision for Levelpath long term is that it is our company's system of procurement. It's where everyone just understands that's where the supplier interaction starts, lives, and ends. One of the big things that's important to us is to get our arms around any new contracts being requested by the business. Being a legacy holding company, things are just done out in the field that we aren't able to fully get our arms around. By pushing the request for contract up much earlier in the process and providing clarity into where it stands, we think we're going to be able to get significantly more adoption. And then longer term, we want to build a lot of rigor into the contract signature process and understanding exactly who is signing off on the value and risks of all contracts. That amount of clarity and rigor will make the entire business work better, not just procurement. I'd say with Levelpath, we will be able to move on our long-term tech roadmap significantly faster than we thought. Having done tech deployments in large organizations and prior, we'd be looking at 12 to 18-month horizons to really deploy anything at scale. And I think the way that we can do it and stand up different parts of the tool at different times and gain adoption, we'll be able to get to full deployment in under a year. And I think a lot of that helps us with the change management, because you can stand up the tech, but the business doesn't know how to use it all the time. And that's usually the harder part. But I think just the simplicity of Levelpath is going to make adoption a much easier process. With Levelpath, we'll be able to move faster on our long-term tech strategy and deployment. Part of that is the tool is easier to configure for my team. It's easier to roll out. We're able to make changes on the fly, which is something I'm not used to being able to doing with legacy tools. But you can deploy the tools quickly, and if the business isn't ready to use them, then you haven't really achieved your goals. And I think the simplicity of Levelpath will make the business adoption much faster. One of my first aha moments with Levelpath was the power of the AI native co-pilots, specifically in the sourcing tool. We had just been asked to release a RFP for disaster recovery services, something none of us had familiarity with. We asked Copilot to help us draft an RFP, and it came back with questions better than anything we could have come up with in a matter of minutes, and the business was floored with what we're able to put together. If I were talking to some of my fellow CPOs, I would say that I think the technology landscape has changed significantly from when I first started 10 years ago. And the thought of deploying tools at that point would be significant investments over long periods of time with slow value realization. And we're just past that. I think Levelpath allows us to move forward quickly at the speed of business at the right investment point, and it's been much easier to produce value in a short period of time. So I'd say we can move quicker than we think. And that, I think you need to push yourself to go as fast as possible. In the last year, I've been asked to build a procurement organization essentially from scratch at a very large company that operates across the globe. And one of the reasons that we picked Levelpath is that we knew we'd be a meaningful partner to them and that they'd listen to what we need long term, and we could be part of deploying a solution for us that would work well, but also be on a technology that we could grow with over time.